They brown. The browning comes from the actual brown rice, which is terrific. Now, here I've got 1 clove of garlic in a mix that I'm going to make up for a salad dressing. Let me show you actually what's going on behind you at the moment. There's 2 tablespoons full of oil, and then there's a ½ cupful of wine vinegar. I know that's a lot. We're going to compensate for that with 2 tablespoons full of brown sugar, a clove of garlic, a teaspoonful of English dried powdered mustard, and a quarter or an eighth of a teaspoonful of red pepper, of cayenne pepper. Okay? So that's what's whizzing around. And then we're going to do a very strange thing, which really works wonderfully well. After it's gone round enough to be able to break up the garlic clove in there, you then pour all of that over the top of the salad. Now, the salad's got spinach here, and it's got sorrel and different kinds of butter lettuce. And in the bottom, it has the slices of tomato. Can you see down in the bottom there? Okay. And then whack the lid on of one of these things. I mean, they're everywhere. And then whiz it. Now, this is normally to get water out of something. In this case, we're going to do something quite different. I had about a ½ cupful of that liquid when I started out. And now, when I pour it back out, when I've whizzed it and poured it back out, ha! It's exactly the same quantity that I had when I actually took it out. Now, you put this in the refrigerator and use that for dressing a salad next time around, and every one of those leaves is really beautiful. It's dressed and wonderful. A good whole wheat bun, a plate, and we're off and ready to build. We just put the good salad greens on there, slice of tomato maybe, or slice of tomato on the top. Oh, gosh, that's nice. And then whiz out your hamburger patty, pop it on the top like that. I told you it's very moist, so please, please don't get into the business of throwing it on the grill, because that really won't work. And then a teaspoonful of English mustard, and pop that on the top. Hot, hot, lash it on. Wonderful. Gives you a marvelous belt. And then pop the tomato on the side there, more lettuce on the top, bun on the side, let it all peek through, and then throw some parsley over the top of there and down into the bottom. Wonderful. Come on, ready? Let's see how it tastes. We're going to compare this with, you know what. There's the good old classic. Well done, sesames and all. And let's have a quick look at the numbers. From 604 calories, we go whizzling down to 354, if whizzle's a good word. Instead of 34 grams of fat, it's going down to only 9. 53 goes up a bit with carbohydrate because of the rice. 22% gives you the total number there in percentage of calories from fat, 32 of cholesterol, and 310 in sodium. Good stuff. I've been looking forward to this because, as I understand it, this is the way that it's done. Now, with a certain amount of well-dressed lettuce on the outside. My, you can. Really, that's a business, isn't it? It's not really the hamburger, it's the stuff that oozes out. And golly, I can feel so many different things. I can feel the raisins and the curry powder, and I've got the dressing off the greenery, and that tomato's really soaked it up nicely. Good idea? Okay, just try this, just once. Cook them up inside, not on the grill. Okay, well, let's have a look at this whole business of portions and things, because, you see, I think that we've got into a kind of syndrome about the kind of size of meat dishes that we have. For example, if you had a look at this here, this one here is an 8-ounce patty. And this is the sort of thing where you think about meat and say, hey, when I've had 8 ounces of meat, then I've had some meat. And this 3.5 ounce patty, where people actually measure this as 100 grams, which is the normal measurement as a normal portion, you look at that in comparison and say, boy, something's wrong in my life. You know, I mean, I'm not doing too well. A standard of living has got something to do with the size of the amount of meat that one eats. And I'm not sure that that really is true. We're finding out a lot nowadays about the less meat that you eat may be a higher standard of living in reality. Have a look at some of these numbers and make up your own mind for that. And if 8 ounces, and we've looked at the 8 ounce one, this would be over double the numbers that you see on the board here. I've got these numbers as 3.5 ounce size, the small size, and I've even gone lower than that in this dish that we just did. So 30% of calories from of fat. This is what the government specifies. It says ground beef has 30% in it and no more fat than 30% by weight when you actually weigh it like we did in the supermarket. Extra lean has no more than 16% and they weigh that. Diet lean is down to 9%. So I used the 9% for the Minimax idea that we've got. Now, when you look at actual calories, it's a bit deceiving because you've got 289, 256, and then it goes, bingo, it goes up again for mine. Well, mine goes up because it's got the rice in it and the raisins in it, and all those things contribute calories, but they are exciting. They are taking the place of fat. Well, do they? Let's have a look. 20 grams of fat for only 3.5 ounces. That's for the regular ground. And 16.3 grams of fat for the extra lean. And here goes mine, 9 grams, okay? Which gives me 23% of my calories from fat. That's really beginning to work better. And it's much more of a celebration, I think. Now, what about size? How does the eye look at it? Well, we wound up with a 6 ounce patty out of that recipe. So it's not a 3.5, it's a 6 ounce. So from a visual point of view, it stuffs the bun full. Believe me, it stuffs it full because it oozes out from every direction. So it's done. But think of this. We replace the fat with aroma, color, and texture. Aroma from the curry, color, and texture from the rice and from the raisins. They all add to its chewiness and make it a great type of dish. Try it, won't you, with your friends? Boy! And so there we are. Don't put it on the grill. Once more, keep it in the frying pan. God bless you. Have fun with your friends.